In this video, we will show you how to file a hazardous waste generation and handling fee return. We protect all the confidential information you provide to us. First, go to our website, cdtfa.ca.gov, and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services Login page. Please log in with your username and password. For assistance with creating a username and password, please watch our tutorials online. On the CDTFA Online Services Login page, we will enter our username and password. Then, click Login. On the Online Services Profile page, under the Accounts tab, we will click on the Hazardous Waste Generation and Handling Fee hyperlink. This will take us to the Hazardous Waste Generation and Handling Fee account page. Under the Periods tab, click on the File Return hyperlink next to the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the fiscal year 24-25, which is displayed by its return end date of June 30th, 2025. On the Hazardous Waste Generation and Handling Sites page, review the questions. If you have any sites that include non-manifested hazardous waste, select Yes. Please note, No is pre-selected for you. In this example, we do not have any sites that include non-manifested hazardous waste. If you have additional generation and handling sites that are not listed below, select Yes. In this example, we do have additional sites that are not listed below and will select Yes. Next, enter the gross tonnage of hazardous waste generated in the calendar year prior to this return reporting period. The gross amount is the total tonnage of hazardous waste generated at this site prior to any exemptions. In our example, we are filing for the return period fiscal year 2024 through 2025. So we will enter the gross tonnage for calendar year 2023, including any non-manifested hazardous waste in the total. In our example, 250 gross tons of waste was generated in calendar year 2023 at this location. Please note that you will be able to enter your exemptions on the exemption schedule later in the return. If you no longer generate hazardous waste, input the date you last generated hazardous waste. If you choose, you can save your work at any time by clicking the Save Draft button. Enter your password and click OK. You will then be directed to a confirmation page. Now that you've saved your draft, let's go back to filing your return. Click the Continue Editing button. We are now back to your return. If everything is correct, click the Next button to continue. Since we marked Yes for additional sites, the Report Fees by Location for Unregistered Sites page will be displayed. Please note, this page will not appear if you selected No on the previous page for additional generator sites not listed. Click on the Add a Site hyperlink to register new hazardous waste generator sites to your account. A pop-up window, Add a New Site, will appear. Enter the required information. You will need to validate the address by clicking the Validate Address button. If the address is valid, you will see the words Address Verified in green. Enter the gross tonnage of waste generated at this location and then answer the question, do you still generate hazardous waste at this location? The Yes option is automatically selected for you. If you do not still generate hazardous waste at this location, select No. In our example, we do still generate hazardous waste at this location and will leave the option as selected Yes. Then click Add. The new site will now appear under the Schedule G on the Report Fees by Location for Unregistered Sites page. To add more sites, you can click on the Add a Site hyperlink. To make changes to your site, click on the pencil and paper icon. To delete a site, click on the paper and red X icon. For this example, we have no additional sites to add and we'll click Next. On the exemption question page, answer the question, do you have any exemptions to report? In our example, we do have exemptions and will select Yes. Then click Next. On the exemption schedule, you will input your exemptions by EPA number in the applicable category. In our example, we have 25.5 tonnage for natural disaster exemption for our first location. If you do not see the specific exemption for which you qualify, you can input the exempt tonnage in the Other Exemption column and provide a brief description of the exemption. In our example, we have no other exemptions and will click Next. On the Summary of Reported Hazardous Waste Generation and Handling Sites page, review your existing and new sites. The Hazardous Waste Generation and Handling fee applies to a ton or fraction of a ton according to Health and Safety Code Section 25205.5, and the net tonnage of waste generated subject to the fee will be rounded up to the next nearest whole ton when the net tonnage is 5 or more tons. In our example, our net tonnage of waste generated subject to the fee is rounded to 231.00. If you need to make changes or register more sites, click Previous. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. On the Prepayment Verification page, review the prepayment amount. The prepayment amount is automatically pre-filled based on the prepayment received and processed by CDTFA. If the prepayment amount is incorrect, you can select Yes to edit the amount. If the amount is correct, click the Next button to continue. Review the Summary page. If you need to make adjustments to the prepayments, click Previous. To print a draft of your return prior to submission, click on the Save Draft button, which will give you the option to print your return. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. Any rates reflected in this example are for illustration purposes only. You can view all the rates on our website. On the Your Information page, review the pre-filled information and make changes if necessary. Enter the required fields. In this example, we are not a pay preparer and will select No. Then click Submit. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read this information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This will serve as your authorization and confirmation. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. You can also share your feedback by clicking on the Online Services Survey button. Your opinion counts. If you still have questions, please call our Customer Service Center at 1-800-400-7115, TTY at 711, and select Special Taxes and Fees.